How to make a multimedia project? A multimedia project requires many elements to be brought together and integrated. The stages of collecting and selecting multimedia content, coordinating in transfer or delivery, and its editing and verification are time consuming. Multimedia is a generalized term used to describe the intermixing of different media types to create a presentation. So, what we are talking about is mixing text, sound, animation, and video. Multimedia projects are often a new area for at least some of these involved. Procedure for multimedia development or production have not been coded as it is true in the field of book publishing, for example. The technologies used in multimedia project development is also changing rapidly. This situation lends to result in a considerable reliance on people who are familiar with the technology and aware of what is possible. When this expertise is not available on the project team, it may be necessary to seek the advice of a consultant. It should be ensured that advice sought is the best and most up to date possible. There may be a need to seek the advice of consultant. Recommendations should be evaluated in terms of technical flexibility and adaptability of pre-existing constraints. It is also essential that where established procedure for specification, selection and procurement of hardware and software exists, these are followed, and where, as is often the case, there is more than one technical solution, that decisions are made in the light of proper cost benefit analysis. Necessary design and technical specifications should be clearly spelled out at as early a stage as possible. Multimedia projects are also characterized by the number of different media involved and by the high level of user participation. These both affect the design process and are important consideration in management of the project. User participation should be planned for at all stages of the project. The needs and expectation of the user initially form the basis of project requirement. User input will also be needed in the design process and for product testing. A plan identifies the process and stages needed to meet the desired objectives. It should include a timetable with a start and end date and milestones along the way. These will be linked to stages in the production path and should identify deliverables and payment milestone for each stage. Deliverables may be analysis document, design document, storyboards, manuals, prototypes, or any media elements such as graphics or video clips. The timetable is likely to have a many concurrent strands in a multidisciplinary multimedia project. It is important for the timetable to be realistic and achievable. Resources needed at each stage and any critical dependencies must be identified. Potential risk to the project should be identified and minimized. The plan should identify who needs to do what and when and ensure that the same people are not expected to be doing everything at once. A project budget with details of how it is broken down can be a separate document but should link to the project and separate elements of the project plan where possible. The plan then provides the framework for managing a multimedia project, identifying clear points at which reviews can take place to monitor progress and ensure control. Planning is also necessary for implementation and for any ongoing activity such as training, maintenance, and support of a project or publicity and marketing. A review of the project may be a requirement at some point before and after the completion. Full scale project post implementation reviews may take place as long as a year after implementation, particularly with a large or complex system or where a larger user base is anticipated. However, it is useful to have some form of final project or review stage soon after loss internet. A general evaluation of a project can be useful to all involved in the learning for the future. Project plan stages, preliminary analysis, design concept document prototype, outline timetable, agreement, production plan, script storyboard data collection, editing, graphics, video, audio, authorizing testing, modifications, user manual beta version, final product training and publicity, marketing support maintenance evaluation, project milestone deliverables, agreed monitoring. The project should be monitored regularly at appropriate stages identified in the plan. Actual achievements and costs should be compared against the timetable and the budget. Checking procedures should be agreed with the reporting needs and consultation procedures identified. Documentation of the project should be separate from documentation of the product and should include detailed breakdown of the plan with schedules, budgets and resources for each process or task and the relevant deliverables. Any decision reached at meeting and any verbal agreement should be documented in writing. This may include revisions to the original plan. Inevitably, unforeseen factors arise or circumstances change during the actual course of a project. Responsibility and control. Areas of responsibility should be clearly established from the beginning of a project. Overall responsibility for a project should be assigned to a project manager. He or she may have a reporting role to whoever have commissioned finance a project, often a project board with representation of all interest parties. The project manager must establish targets for phases of planning and production, as well as ensure delivery of work from the contracted consultant and outside production companies. Regular reports provide opportunity to ensure the project is on course and to take necessary action if it is not. Changes to the timetable or cost will usually require approval from funders and senior museum management. Ownership of the project and the outcome must be accepted in order to establish responsibility. The responsibility of the client, that is, whoever has commissioned the project, must also be made clear in signing off at each stage or at the conclusion of the project. Application domain is a mechanism similar to a process in an operating system used within the Common Language Interface (CLI) to isolate executed software application from one another so that they do not affect each other. Each application domain has its own virtual address space which scopes the resources for the application domain using that address space. Properties. A CLI application domain is contained within an operating system process. A process may contain many application domains. Application domains have isolation properties similar to that of operating system process. Multiple threads can exist within a single application domain. An application within a domain can be stopped without affecting the state of another domain in the same process. A fault or exception in one domain does not affect an application in another domain or crash the entire process that hosts the domains. Configuration information is part of domain scope, not the scope of the process. Each domain can be assigned different security access levels. Code in one domain cannot direct. A CLI is like a mini operating system. It runs a single process that contains a number of subprocesses or application domains. The advantage of application domain is that running multiple application domain may require fewer resources such as memory than running multiple operating system process. Communication between domain still requires marshalling, so the overheads can be closer to using multiple processes than to communicating within a single domain. Inter-process communication. Direct communication cannot be achieved across application domains. However, application domains can still talk to each other by passing objects via marshalling by value. Marshalling by reference through a proxy application domain bound objects. There is a third type of object called a context bound object, which can be marshaled by reference across domains and also within the context of its own application domain. Because of the verifiable type safety of managed code, a CLI can provide a fault isolation between domains at a much lower cost than an operating system process can. The static type verification used for isolation does not require the same process switches or hardware ring transition than an operating system process requires. 13th question. Discuss on basic multimedia software tools. In the subsection, we look briefly at some of the software tools available for carrying out tasks in multimedia. These tools are really only the beginning. A fully functionally multimedia project can also call for standalone programming as well as just the use of predefined tools to fully exercise the capabilities of machines. And the net one categories of software tools we examine here: music sequencing and notation, digital audio, graphics and image editing, video editing, animation, multimedia authoring, music sequencing and notation. Cakewalk. Cakewalk is a well-known older name for what is now called Pro Audio. The firm producing the sequence and editing software, 12-ton Systems, also sells an introductory version of their software. Cakewalk expressed over the internet for a low price. The term sequencer comes from older devices that store sequence of notes in the MIDE music language events. It is possible to insert WAV files and window MCA commands into music tracks. Cubase is another sequencing editing program with capabilities similar to those of a Cakewalk. It includes some digital audio editing tools. Macromedia Sound Edit is a mature program for creating audio for multimedia projects and the web that integrates well with other Macromedia products such as Flash and Director. Digital audio tools deals with the accessing and editing the actual sample sounds that make up audio. Cool Edit is a powerful, popular digital audio toolkit with capabilities that emulate a professional audio studio, including multi-track production and sound file editing, along with digital signal processing effects. SoundForge is an sophisticated PC-based program for editing WAV files. Sound can be captured from a CD-ROM drive or from the tape or microphone to the sound card, then mixed and edited. It also permits adding complex special effects. Pro Tools is a high-end integrated audio production and editing environment that runs on the Macintosh computer as well as on Windows. Pro Tools offer easy MIDI creation and manipulation as well as popular audio mixing, recording and editing software. Graphics and image editing. Adobe Illustrator is a powerful publishing tool for creating and editing vector graphics which can easily be exported to use on the web. Adobe Photoshop is a standard in a tool for graphics, image processing, and image manipulation. Layers of images, graphics, and text can be separately manipulated for maximum flexibility, and its filter factory permits creation of sophisticated lighting effects. Freehand is a text and web graphics editing tool that supports many bitmap formats such as GIF, PNG, and JPEG. These are pixel based formats in that each pixel is specified. It also supports vector based formats in which endpoints of lines are specified instead of the pixels themselves, such as SWF, Shockwave Freehand. It can also read Photoshop format. Video editing. Adobe Premiere is a simple initiative video editing tool for non-linear editing, putting video clips into any order. Video and audio are arranged in tracks like a musical score. It provides a large number of video and audio tracks, superimposition and virtual clips. A large library of built-in transition filters and motions for clips allows easy creation of effective multimedia production. Adobe After Effects is a powerful video editing tool that enables users to add and change existing movies with effects such as lighting, shadows and motion blurring. It also allows layers as in Photoshop to permit manipulating objects independently. Final Cut Pro. Final is a video editing tool offered by Apple for Macintosh platform. It also the capture of a video and audio from numerous sources such as film and DV. It provides a complete environment from the capturing the video to editing and color correction, and finally output to a video file or broadcast from the computer. Animation. Multimedia APIs. Java 3D is an API used by Java to construct and render 3D graphics similar to the way Java Media Frameworks handles media files. It provides a basic set of object primitives upon which the developer can build skins. It is an abstraction layer built on top of the OpenGL or DirectX. So the graphics are accelerated. DirectX, a video API that supports video, images, audio and 3D animation, is the most common API used to develop modern multimedia Windows applications such as computer games. OpenGL was created in 1992 and has become the most popular 3D API in use today. OpenGL is a highly portable and will run on a popular modern operating system such as Unix, Linux, Windows and Macintosh. Rendering tools. 3D Studio Max includes a number of high-end professional tools for character animation, game development and visual effects production. Softimage XSI is a powerful modeling, animation and rendering package for animation and special effects in films and games. Softimage is a complete modeling package. It features a wide variety of modeling and animation tools such as to create realistic clothes and fur. RenderMan is a rendering package created by Pixar. It excels in creating complex surface appearances and images and has been used in numerous movies such as Monsters Inc. and Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. It is also capable of importing models from Maya. GIF, animation package for simpler approach to animation that allows quick development of effective small animation for the web. May shareware and other programs permit creating animated GIF images. GIF can contain several images and looping through them creates a simple animation. GIF-CON and GIF Builder are two of these use. Linux also provides some animation tools such as Animate, Multimedia Authoring, tools that provide the capability for creating complete multimedia presentation including interactive user control are called authoring tools. Macromedia Flash is a multimedia platform used to add animation, video and interactivity to web pages. Flash is frequently used for advertisement, games, and flash animation for broadcast. Recently, it has been positioned as a tool for rich internet application. Flash manipulates vector and raster graphics to provide animation of text, drawing, and still images. It supports bidirectional streaming of audio and video, and it can capture user input via mouse, keyboard, microphone, and camera. Flash contains an object-oriented language called ActionScript and supports animation via the JavaScript Flash language. Flash content may be displayed on a various computer system and devices using Adobe Flash Player, which is available free of charge for common web browser, some mobile phones, and a few other electronic devices. Some users feel that Flash enriches their web experience, while others find the extensive use of Flash animation, particularly in advertisement, intrusive and annoying. Flash has also been criticized by adversely affecting the usability of web pages. Macromedia Director is a multimedia application authoring platform created by Macromedia, now part of Adobe system. It allows users to build application built on a movie metaphor with the user as a director of the movie. Originally designed for creating animation sequence, the addition of a scripting language called Lingo made it a popular choice for creating CD-ROM and standalone kiosks and web content using Adobe Shockwave. Adobe Director supports both 2D and 3D multimedia project. Authorware was an interpretive flowchart based graphical programming languages. Authorware is used for creative interactive program that can integrate a range of multimedia content, particularly e-learning application. The flowchart model differentiates Authorware from authoring tools such as Adobe Flash and Adobe Director, which rely on a visual stage timeline and script structure. Quist, which uses a type of flowcharting metaphor, is similar to Authorware in many ways. However, flowchart nodes can encapsulate information in a more abstract way than simple subroutine levels. As a result, connection between icons are more conceptual and do not always represent flow of control in the program. 14th question. Explain in brief about memory devices multimedia. Memory is the most essential element of computing system because without it, computer cannot perform simple tasks. Computer memory is of two basic types: primary memory, or it is called as volatile memory, and secondary memory, or it is called as non-volatile memory. Random access memory is a volatile memory and read-only memory is a non-volatile memory. Random access memory. It is also called as read-write memory or the main memory or the primary memory. The program and the data that the CPU requires during the execution of your program are stored in this memory. It is a volatile memory as the data losses when the power is turned off. RAM is further classified into two types. Dynamic RAM access memory. Read-only memory stores crucial information essential to operate the system, like the program essential to boot the computer. It is non-volatile, always retain its data. Used in embedded system or where the programming needs to no change. Used in calculator and peripheral devices. ROM is further classified into four types: ROM, PROM, EEPROM, EEPROM. Types of read-only memory. PROM, programmable read-only memory. It can be programmed by the user. Once programmed, the data and the instruction in it cannot be changed. EEPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. It can be reprogrammed to erase data from it, expose it to ultraviolet light, to reprogram it, erase all the previous data. EEPROM, electrically erasable program read-only memory. The data can be erased by applying electric field. No need of ultraviolet light. We can erase only portion of the chip. 15th question. Illustrate any three functions of Photoshop. There are plenty of functions you can use on with the most Photoshop program. This article does not specify any type of photoshopping program because most of the functions on the list are present on most programs. The basic function of Photoshop for beginners listed below are easy enough for most people to handle. You can adjust the saturation of your images. The saturation factor of your color may be adjusted. You can lower the saturation if you think the image is too imposing, or if it is looking a little pale, then you can increase the saturation for a fuller look. Increasing the saturation of your image color for pictures you are going to put on eBay makes the product looks more colorful in the thumbnail images. You can adjust the color levels. There is often a slider function that allows you to play with the brightness and contrast at the same time. You can play with the level to see if your images looks better. You can make the picture look a lot brighter and fully than it actually is, in a way that you may not be able to achieve if you were to adjust the brightness and contrast separately. You can alter the highlights and shadows. Most modern Photoshop program allows you to control how to bright the highlights and shadows are. The highlights are the bits where the light hits the object directly, and you may tone them down a little if things look like too glary. You may also increase the lightness of your shadows so they do not look as looming. You can remove any obvious distortions. There are many programs that allow you to specify a certain area and then bend it so distortion disappear. Failing that, you may use the clone function. The bending and fixing function are marginally in the intermediate area, but a little bit of practice will help you to nail it. You can also see how it is done on YouTube, as there are many people on there showing you how the function may be used to great effect. You can resize your images. You should do this via trial and error because you want to get the right size of the first time. Click the undo button and try again until you get it right. This is because if you resize an image more than once, then it often negatively affects the resolution in a big way. You can crop your images. This is very easy with modern photoshopping program. You are often given a small frame that you may adjust in order to crop your image. You are then able to click on the crop button and crops your image for you. If you do not like the look, then you can click on undo button and try again. You can set the orientation and straightness of the image. You can set it to landscape or portrait, and you may also adjust the angle at which the image is set by spinning in its central axis. This often leaves white spaces around the edges, so you will need to crop your images once you are done. You can clone areas to remove blemishes. The clone tool will take images pixels from a small area near the blemish so that you may paint over it and blemish disappear. It is easy to become quite proficient at this if you practice a little and keep zooming in and out to see how it looks. You can remove red eye. This is very simple and more photoshopping programs will do it automatically for you. The only problem is that red eye has no reflection in it, and reflection is usually completely gone after the red eye function has worked, which leaves you to black and vacant eyes. If it happens, you may like to try adding a little texture back in the pupil, and maybe even trying adding a reflection in there. How to work with the web. Computers connected to the web are called clients and servers. A simplified diagram of how you interact might look like this: server and client. The client is requesting to the server, and the server is responding to the client. Client are the typical web user, internet connected devices, and web accessing software available on those devices. Servers are computers that store web pages, sites, or apps. When a client devices want to access a web page, a copy of the web page is downloaded from the server onto the client machine to be displayed in the user's web browser. The lives on. The browser sends a HTTP request message to the server. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol, asking it to send a copy of the website to the client. This message and all other data sent between the client and the server is sent across your internet, connecting using TCP/IP. TCP/IP means Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. It is a familiar protocol used in network. If the server approaches the client request, the server sends a client 200 OK messages, which means, of course, you can look at the website. Here it is, and then start sending the website files to the browser as a series of small chunks called data packets. Small chunks called data packets. The browser assembles the small chunks into complete website and displays it to you. Write a brief on multimedia conferencing. Conferencing may refer to web conferencing, a service that allows conferencing events to be shared with remote location. Video conferencing, the conduct of a video conference by a set of telecommunication technologies. Teleconference, held by one or more computers. Synchronized conferencing, the technology informally known as online chat. Data conferencing, a communication session among two or more participants sharing computer data in real time. Conference call, a type of a telephone call. Web conferencing may be used as an umbrella term for various types of online collaborative services, including web seminars, webcast, and peer-level web meeting. It may also be used in more narrow sense to refer only to the peer-level web meeting contest in an attempt to disambiguate it from the other types of collaborative sessions. Terminology related to these technologies inact and no general agreed upon source or standards organization. exists to provide an established usage reference. In general, web conferencing is made possible by internet technology, particularly on TCP/IP connection. Services may allow real-time point-to-point communication as well as multicast communication from one sender to many receiver. It offers data streams of text-based messages, voice and video chat to be shared simultaneously across geographically dispersed location. Application for web conferencing include meetings, training events, lectures or presentation from a web connected computer to another connected computer. Video telephony comprises the technology for the reception and transmission of audio video signal by users at different locations for communication between people in real time. A video phone is a telephone with a video display capable of simultaneous video and audio for communication between people in real time. Video conferencing implies the use of this technology for a group of organizational meeting rather than for individual. In a video conference, telepresence may refer either to a high quality video telephony system or to meetup technology, which goes behind video into robotics. Video conferencing has also been called visual collaboration, and it is a type of group where a teleconference or teleseminar is a live exchange and mass articulation of information among several persons and machines remote from one another but linked by a telecommunication system. Terms such as audio conferencing, teleconferencing, and phone conferencing are also sometimes used to refer to teleconferencing. The telecommunication system may support the following. Asynchronous conferencing is a formal term used in computing, in particular in computer mediated communication, collaboration, and learning to describe technology informally known as online chat. It is sometimes extended to include audio video conference or instant messaging system that provide a text based multi user chat function. The word synchronous is used to qualify the conference as a real time as distinct from a system such as email where messages are left and answered later. Synchronous conferencing protocols include IRC Internet Relay Chat, PYSC Protocol for Synchronous Conferencing, SILC Secure Internet Live Conferencing Protocol, XMPP Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol, Simple Instant Messaging Protocol, Session Initiation Protocol for Instant Messaging and Present Leveraging Extension. Data conferencing refers to conferencing sessions among two or more participants sharing computer data in real time. Interaction and presentation devices such as screen, keyboard, mouse, camera can be shared or be able to control each other computer. It is used to distinguish from video conferencing and audio conferencing. A data can include screen, documents, graphics, drawings, and applications that can be seen, annotated, or manipulated by participants. A conference call is a telephone call in which someone talks to the several people at the same time. The conference call may be designed to allow the called party to participate during the call, or the call may be set up so that they can party merely listens into the call and cannot speak. It is sometimes called ATC. ATC means audio teleconference.